Well, I was going to shoot this video outside, but my neighbor's dog just consists on barking, so I guess we'll shoot it inside. Had a beautiful scene set up too. It's pretty out there. Life is changing, so I just change with it. Got me one of them hats. What do y'all think? Some people call them old man hats. It's a hat I've always wanted, and I got a big old head, and I decided, you know what? Let's just see if this one size fits all fits. It fits pretty good. So that's what I want to talk about. Changing my life and flowing with it. Like I had to flow with just kind of picking video. I wanted to record it outside and dogs barking, so I had to just change the inside and record it. But you know, at 56 years old, I just see life differently than I ever thought I would. I never would have ever thought that I would think about not playing drums anymore for a church. I've been doing that for 40 years. And the music style's changed a whole lot, and just the way that it's done and different things. I just don't enjoy playing as much as I used to. Maybe it's because it's harder for me to play. I don't know. But I've been really kicking around the idea because we got two younger guys that can play and they're really good. Just completely just turning loose of the reins and letting them have it. I even played up in our youth department for up until last year. That was real cool. 50-something-year-old man in there playing in the youth room. But we didn't have any young drummers. Well, now we've got two young teenage boys that's learned to play, and it's time to let them have it. And you know, when you put your identity in things in life and different things for so long, and when things begin to change, you can resist that change. And believe me, I've done my share of resisting change in life. Because life shifts and you think about life different, and things change so much that it changes you. I'm not saying it changes you completely as a person, but it changes the way, for me, the way I have viewed things, the way I look at things, the way I feel about things, and the way I approach things, and the way I don't approach things. You know, as you get older, people that have been in your life for many, many years that are no longer in your life anymore, you've got people that were a part of your life when you're younger and they have moved off and you've never seen them again. You've never forgot about them. You had a real good relationship, and if you seen them today, you would pick right up where you left off from because you had a bond and a connection with those people, but they're just no longer a part of your life anymore because whatever circumstance, for whatever reason, career moves or whatever may have happened, they're just not here anymore, not a part of your life anymore. They're still a part of you because we're all who we are from people that's been in our lives throughout the years. There's maybe a part of them, something they said, something they did, or whatever, and help mold us into who we are. But when things really start to change and you realize that they're changing and certain things in your life are not going to be exactly like they was ever again, you have to mold to that and adapt to that, and not let it make you bitter, not make you wish that you were living in the past or try to live in the past, which the past wasn't too bad in a lot of areas. And there's a lot of good things out there today. But when you begin to lose, your grandparents, I lost several years ago, that changed me because family get-togethers never have been the same. Then you've lived long enough that you're starting to lose, I've lost an aunt and two uncles, well, actually two aunts and two uncles. That's changed me a whole lot because, you had that uncle that boxed with you when you was younger and pulled practical jokes on you, and I may share some of them in a later video, some of the things my uncle did to me that were pretty rough. But it made me tough, made me mean, I guess. But anyway, the guy that, took you fishing when you was a kid, it's no longer there, but you have the skill that he put in your life to be able to fish and different things, but you don't forget them, you remember them, but you miss them. And you realize that, they're gone and they're never going to be a part of your physical life. All they're going to be is the memory and the skills and things that they instilled to you and left to you. And watching my parents age is probably one of the hardest things that I'm going through right now, and watching my kids grow up and realizing that we're going to be, empty nesters in just a few more years. And when you have, for the last, well, my daughter's going to be 24 in October, my oldest one, and I've got a 15-year-old, and I've got, a 17-year-old son. So you can just say for the last 24 years, basically, our kids have been our life. It's been band and choir and, all these things, Friday night football games and working concession stands and all that kind of thing. It's just been part of our life. Going to water parks and amusement parks and all these kind of things, that's just been a part of our life. I remember several years ago, we were down at a campground, and there was a couple down there. They had bought them a motor home, and I was talking to them, and they was trying to find themselves. They said, our kids and everything we've done this for the last 25 years of our life. That's all we've done. That's all we've known. And we're kind of lost. We're kind of trying to find our way because our lives has changed. And I haven't forgot about that. It's been about 15 years ago. But I remember that, and it's kind of stuck in the back of my mind. Well, I'm getting to that point where it's a reality for myself, and I know what they were talking about, that things change. Friends that you haven't seen in a long time. I got childhood friends, we don't see each other for long periods of time, but when we get back together, we pick right up where we left off. And then I've got people that have been acquaintances, for many years, but I don't click with them. They're just a part of my life. I come across their paths, or certain things that we do that they're there, but our personalities just don't match up. I'm not a sports guy, so I don't know how to talk the sports game. I don't play golf. I've just always been a hard worker all my life, and the things I talk about and stuff, I kind of get cut off because I just don't click with them. Then I got people that I meet that we click it right off. They are who they are, and they just down to earth, and that's the kind of people that I like to be around. Because if I start feeling a little uncomfortable, feel like I can't be myself, I start looking for an exit way to move on and to get out of the situation, because I don't like that uncomfortable feeling. So, as you go through life, you meet different people in different chapters and different areas you are in your life. I know there's people out there that I haven't met yet that are going to be some really great people that I will connect with and I will end up making friends with. And I go to the local Jack's restaurant or the local mom and pop restaurant, whatever that may be, just about over small town has one, or whatever, where the old gentlemen go and they just hang out and they tell every war story that's ever been told, and just a bunch of bull. Don't really mean anything, but there's a connection there between them old guys. Well, I might be one of them with my new little hat on one of these days. But the changes in life, they're coming, they're here. And you can even just fight against it, or you can roll with it. I made a video, I don't know whether it was on this channel or not, maybe on a channel that I had that I deleted. I really needed to remake that video. It really hit home with a lot of people. But it's talking about aging gracefully. You just got to age gracefully and accept it as it comes. You can try to prepare for it all you want to, but I don't think there's any preparation for it. You just got to experience it and go with it. And to realize that you cannot put your identity on what you do. Your identity is who you are as a person. The things that you've done in the past, they're finally going to come to a pass. Certain things you're just not going to be able to do anymore. I guess some of my bittersweet videos that I watch is where you see older people and there's a picture of them when they were younger, of what they did and where they are now, or maybe they're older and they hold up a sign and say, I used to be a doctor. I used to be a pilot. I used to be a plumber. I used to be a nurse. Well, they still are, those people. You're the same person. You just got older and life has changed. It's a different chapter. But in here, you're still the same person. This right here is just what changes. So I kind of like the hat. I like the change. My wife says she even likes the hat. I was like, all right, that's what I needed to know. Till next time, if you like this kind of content, you know what to do. Y'all have a great day.